Hey everybody, today we're going to be looking at areas of irregular polygons. We are still in chapter 9. We have just started it when we were dismissed from school, and we are still going through it. So it's kind of a long chapter, but we are getting close to the end. So, area of irregular polygons. I like a lot of concepts in math, but this is probably my least favorite just because of the complexity of the shapes put together to make one shape, and it just kind of causes confusion. So if you're not good at looking at shapes and seeing different shapes that's been put together, it can be a little bit of a challenge for you. So where do we use irregular polygons? If you will look at playground equipment, the swing sets, the things that you climb on, slide down, they are not perfect squares, rectangles, they're all different shapes put together. Landscaping, or where you might see bushes and flowers set in a pattern, that's landscaping, and they have different shapes. It's just not all squares. Architects, people who draw, design buildings. All buildings are not square or straight up and down. There's curved buildings, buildings with different angles in them. So that's where irregular polygons come in to play. So we have worked with polygons before, and we've worked with area before. It's just that it's taking shapes that we're not familiar with, and we're finding the area of them. So I'll put on the far right side the two of the formulas you'll be using. First off, area is equal to length times width, or for a squared, side squared. For a triangle, area is 1/2 of the base times the height. So you'll be using those two, and then also let me add for the square, area is equal to side square. So we've already been through all three of these. So all it's doing, all an irregular polygon is a lot of different shapes put together. So you'll be using one of the three, or maybe even all three, depends on what your shape looks like. So let's go ahead and get started. On page 258, I'm going to do the example, and then I'm going to do number 1 and 4. For you, on your paper, you're going to be doing number 2 and 3. We're not going to do the worksheet on this. I feel like just being able to do a couple different problems, you should be okay. So for example, on this on page 258, when you're looking at this, of course, you know, you're trying to figure out what shape that is, but what I want you to see is that it's really two shapes there, okay? So if I were to take my marker and go across there with the dotted line, I now have a square and a rectangle, okay? So there's actually two shapes there. So I'm going to find the area of the square first. So area is equal to 3 squared, and that's going to be 9. All right. And then the area for the rectangle is going to be length times width. So area is going to be equal to 10 times 5, and the area is going to be 50. And then we add the two together. So 50 plus 9 is equal to 59 units. It doesn't give us a specific unit as far as centimeters or whatever, so just put units. So there are 59 square units in that irregular polygon. So the main thing is being sure to look at that irregular polygon and find the shapes that are making it, okay? So for this one here, hopefully you're looking and saying, yeah, this is a square and a rectangle, okay? The rectangular part is 2 by 3, so we're gonna do area is equal to 2 times 3. So the area is 6, that's for your rectangle. And now for your square. So area is equal to 8 squared, and that will be 64, all right? And then you will add these two together. 6 plus 64 is equal to 70. So there are 70 square units in that irregular polygon, all right? Number 4, we can tell that that's a rectangle and 2 triangles. So the issue that's going to be here is what are the measures, okay? So we're going to take them apart. So we got 3 shapes here, 2 triangles and 1 rectangle, okay? So for the rectangle, my whole side, one length of the side here is 18, so I know that's going to be 18 there as well. And for this side is 12. So I can go ahead and do 18 times 12 for my rectangle. And that will be 216. Okay. Now, for this triangle, this part of the triangle is going to be the same measure from the rectangle. So that part is 12. Okay, but it extends down past the rectangle, so I have to add that to it. So the height is going to be 15. So area is equal to 1/2 of 15 times the base, which is 6. Okay, 15 times 6 is 90, and half of 90 is 45. Okay. All right, and then for the small triangle up top, all right, all the way across is 18. This part here is 10. If I do 18 minus 10, I'm going to get 8. And so that means that base right here is going to be 8. All right. And then I'm going to do area is equal to 1/2 of 7 times 8, which is 56. So 1/2 of 56 is 28. All right, now I have to go back and I have to add this, this, and this. So I have to add all 3 of those areas together. And we come up to 289. So kind of run out of room on this one. So 289 square units. Okay, so you only have to do 2 of these. So don't panic, and you're not going to be doing the worksheet on it, but really put a lot of effort into working onto these 2. So just know that an irregular polygon is different polygons put together. So you got to look at it, try to find, if you can't see it right off, draw you some lines in to where you can see the 2 different shapes. Find the areas and then total all the areas together and put that as your final answer. If you need me, you can chat with me on Zoom, which is quicker, and you can also use Edmodo.